Hey Free Life families, my name is Miss Genesis and I am so excited for this week's Bible lesson. We are now in our second week learning all about people in the Bible who face certain challenges. Let's go ahead and get started with worship, so everyone watching, stand up nice and tall. In this week's Bible lesson, we are going to learn about 3 of Jesus' disciples. Disciples is just a fancy word for saying friends of Jesus. Now we're going to learn about James, John, and Peter. Jesus takes these 3 men, James, John, and Peter, up to the top of a high mountain, like really, really high. Let's go ahead and watch that Bible story to see what happens.
It's time for a Bible story. This story happened about 2,000 years ago when Jesus was here on the earth. One day, Jesus went up to a high mountain and brought a few of his disciples with him. Peter, James, and John.
Nice, going on a little hiking trip, huh? See the great outdoors, climb a mountain, maybe do a little fishing of men. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. But that's not why they went up onto the mountain. It was way more important than just a hiking trip. Jesus wanted to show them something incredible. When they got up to the top of the mountain, Jesus' appearance changed. The Bible says that his face shone bright like the sun, and his clothes became white as light.
Whoa, I hope they brought their sunglasses, or they'd be all like, my eyes!
Yeah, sunglasses weren't really a thing back then.
Right, they probably just got all squinty then, huh?
Probably. But then something else happened. 2 other men appeared before them and started talking to Jesus.
Wait, hold up. Who are these guys? Where'd they come from?
The other 2 men were Moses and the prophet Elijah.
Whoa, wait a minute. Weren't those guys around, like, way earlier than Jesus was on the earth? Okay, you're getting my timelines all mixed up. This is some straight-up Infinity War, time-traveling, next-level multiverse stuff.
Calm down. It's not that complicated. Yes, Moses and Elijah were both alive a long time before Jesus was on earth, but they appeared on the mountain with Jesus that day.
Okay, what happened next? I bet Peter, James, and John were totally amped to see that happen.
They totally were. In fact, Peter wanted to build 3 memorials right there on the mountain. One for Jesus, one for Moses, and one for Elijah.
Classic Peter.
But right after he said that, something else happened. A bright cloud covered them, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him."
Wait, was that God's voice that said that?
You got it.
Oh man, that would be pretty powerful to hear.
Oh, it definitely was. When the voice of God said that about Jesus, the disciples fell face down on the ground, terrified.
Well, yeah, I've done that just when my mom calls my name from across the house.
I know, right? Especially when they use your middle name. That's when you know it's game over.
Okay, so we got Jesus shining like the sun, Moses and Elijah hanging out, glowing clouds, the voice of God. What happened next?
As the disciples were on the ground, Jesus came up and touched them and said, "Don't be afraid. Get up." When they looked up, everything else was gone, and it was just Jesus standing before them. Then, as they traveled down the mountain, Jesus instructed them not to tell anyone about what they saw until after his resurrection.
Okay, hold on. I've got a few questions.
Understandable, and so did the disciples. They asked Jesus about what they just saw, and Jesus helped them understand that it was just a glimpse of what would happen in the future. He would come back one day in his glorified body and bring about a new kingdom on the earth.
Dude, that sounds incredible. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me neither, dude. The end.
In this Bible story, we saw that Jesus took 3 of his disciples to the top of a mountain. Their names were Peter, James, and John. Now, while they were all on the top of this mountain, Jesus completely changed. His clothes were super white and he shined as bright as the sun. While he was shining, James, John, and Peter heard a voice from the clouds that said, "This is my son who I love. Listen to him." Now, the 3 disciples, they were super scared and they looked down to the ground, but they knew what they were experiencing was super important. They knew that Jesus was sent here from God and that he was here to show everyone love. And that brings us to our big idea.
It's the big idea.
Jesus shows everyone love. Peter, James, and John knew that Jesus was the Son of God, and God loved Jesus so much. And you know what's so awesome about Jesus is that he loves everyone too. Now let's all go ahead and end this Bible story in prayer. So everyone watching, bow your heads and close your eyes. God, thank you so much for sending Jesus. Thank you so much for reminding us how much we are all loved. Help us to love everyone else around us. We love you so much and pray these things in your name. Amen. Now let's all keep watching for one more video.
Here we go, boys. Come on, let's take it home. Oh, hey, that, shoot. Come on, pass it. Ho. Oh, hey there, you chicken nuggets. And welcome to Grow TV. Come on!
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Pro TV.
All right. Let's see what games are on today. Nothing. What to do? I don't have any board games. Maybe I could invent a game? That's it! I'll invent a game! Here we go! Thinking cap is on. All right, let's think. A game. How many people should play? Let's think. 4 teams. No, 2. Can't crowd the area too much. Now let's make them wear funny outfits that make them look big and strong. But tight pants that make them look fast and cool. But we might want to strap a helmet on them so they don't hurt their eyeballs. And instead of on a wood floor like basketball, we can do it on grass. But fake grass so it's pretty year round. Instead of a round ball like every other sport, I'm gonna take a ball and make it kind of like have pointy ends. Kind of like an oval. Then we can throw it around and carry it with our hands. And just to be funny, I will call this game football. Football, that's it! This is great! This will be so much fun! Who knows, it might even take off, become really popular. Yes, let's go play football!
Did someone say football?
I did.
Cool, I love football.
Cassie, I don't want to sound condensing.
It's condescending.
I'm sure it is. But you couldn't love football because you don't know what it is.
I'm pretty sure I know, and everyone else on the face of the planet.
What are you talking about? I just invented it.
Well, sorry to tell you, but somebody invented it first.
He caught him napping, and now it's nothing but open field ahead.
You gotta be kidding me! Football's real? Football exists? You gotta be kidding me!
It's okay, Carl. It's an honest mistake.
I don't know, Cassie. This feeling is awful. Thinking you know something and BAM! It all changes.
I get it, Carl. You can probably understand how Peter, James, and John felt.
Really? When?
Well, do you remember the story of Transfiguration?
It sounds familiar.
Well, Jesus was walking up a mountain with Peter, James, and John.
Why?
Because Jesus had a plan.
Why?
Because Jesus needed to do something.
Why?
I don't know, but when they got up there, something really crazy happened.
Was there a circus? A zoo? A frozen yogurt restaurant?
None of those. You see, when Jesus got up there, his clothes became this glimmering bright color.
The color of his clothes changed? That's cool, but not crazy.
That's not it. Out of nowhere, Elijah and Moses showed up.
What do you mean Elijah and Moses? The Elijah and Moses? That's not possible.
Well, it happened. They showed up and they started talking, and Peter, James, and John couldn't believe their eyes.
I bet. Golly, I want to be able to stop talking.
Well, that's what Peter did. He started talking, and then in the sky, there was this huge cloud that covered it.
Oh, well, great. Just when it starts getting good, it starts to rain.
Well, you'd think that, but no. Suddenly, a loud booming voice came from the cloud.
Hold up. I was fine with all the clothes changing, Elijah and Moses, and then the cloud coming down, then it's starting to rain. But it didn't rain. And a voice came out of it. A talking cloud? You're kidding me. What? That can't be real.
Well, it is. And the best part of the story is that voice was God's.
Incredible. What did God say?
That Jesus was truly the Son of God, and we should listen to him.
Wow, I bet that opened their eyes.
What do you mean?
Well, I can imagine that even though they were devoted to Jesus, they probably didn't know who he really was.
You're right. A lot of people just thought Jesus was a super gifted teacher or prophet.
Yeah, but now this happens, there's no question whatsoever. Jesus is the Son of God.
Yep. Even though it was the truth all along, they didn't really know until that moment. Kind of like your whole football invention, huh?
Oh, so you admit I invented it.
Well, you thought you did anyway. Even though football was a thing long before you made it up, you didn't believe me until I showed you on my phone. After that, there was no more doubts that football was real, right?
Yep, I guess I need to see it myself to believe it.
That's the cool thing about God. Once we know the truth, it's so much easier to follow Jesus.
The truth, huh? How do we know how to find the truth? Well, sometimes my parents, and then my friends, I do watch the news sometimes. I also do know a pretty smart raccoon.
Well, those are all good. Well, maybe not the raccoon. I'm thankful for people in my life that help me know what to do. But more than anyone in the world, Jesus shows me the truth.
Cassie, you want truth?
Yes?
You did it! That's our big idea. Today's big idea is Jesus shows me the truth.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. Ready?
Ready?
1,
2,
3.
Jesus shows me the truth! Yes! Yeah! Jesus shows me the truth, shows her the truth, shows you the truth, and he shows me the truth. Truth, truth, truth. Oh, truth.
Well, sorry your football thing didn't work out like you hoped, Carl.
No worries. I knew it was too good of an idea.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll come up with something better.
Wait a minute. I got it. You take a fast car kind of thing, but you take the wheels off. You put that car on water. You can drive this car on water. Then you take some sort of rod or stick. And you put some like clear string in it. Maybe attach something sharp on the end like a hook. Then you take some other little fish, put the little fish on that, throw that in the water, and you do this kind of thing. And then you can catch something like a bigger fish.
Yeah, that's called fishing.
Come on!
See you next week, kids.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of